Hi, everybody.
Hello.
I'm Stacy.
I'm Spice. Gosh, Stacy, you're Sizzle. I'm Spice.
All right, one more time. Hi, everybody. I'm Sizzle.
I'm Spice.
And today...
No, now we get to talk about ourselves. We said we were going to do that.
No.
This is Stacy.
And this is Mary.
And what are we doing here?
Today, we're going to make a vegetarian lentil soup. I often have to ask Mary how to make things when I'm trying to cook and follow a recipe and it doesn't come out right. So she's going to show me how to make something and go rogue. We're going to follow a recipe, sort of, but she's just going to kind of guide me through it.
All right. Let's go back a little bit. So, Stacy and I work in production together.
Oh.
I was sets. Mm-hmm. She is production, admin, and then I grew up and became a food stylist. She continually asks why her recipes don't turn out, and she has a thing that she wants that recipe to magically work. Those are humans writing those recipes out on the internet. They're not tested. There's some really great sites. They test their recipes. I tell her this over and over again. But she wants it to work. She wants it to work. So what did we say that we needed to actually learn besides being able to read a recipe?
What did we say?
Technique.
Oh, technique.
She needs to know some techniques, some timing, and then she doesn't even need recipes, which is why when you said we're going rogue, today we're going to go rogue for, I guess, people who follow recipes. But she's also going to learn technique along the way so she knows how to, she said, self-correct when she gets to something that's challenging. This recipe, it is a lentil.
Like a potato lentil.
With porter beer. So it's going to be a vegetarian stew. What's the difference between a stew and a soup? The hero of the soup is the broth. The hero of stew is the ingredients, and we're making stew. It's going to be thick. It's going to be very satisfying. Soup is also, but today it's stew. All right. Now, do you want to introduce my love? My love.
I'm confused.
What's
now.
my love?
Oh, sorry. Mary loves knives. And there's nothing scary about that at all.
No.
But she loves to make sure you have knife skills. She likes to make sure that it's nice and sharp and that it's honed.
Yes.
Honed.
We're gonna teach you the difference between honing and sharpening, holding the knife. But the piece of it is you can teach a 7-year-old how to use this chef's knife, and you can be 90-something years old and use this, but it's very empowering in the kitchen once you know how to use it. So we're going to get right into it. So this is my knife. Mm-hmm. I have a few knives, but I brought this knife, and it is a chef knife. This is my edge. This is the blade. This is the point. This is the bolster right in here in the handle. And so the thing to do is you take your 2 fingers and then you pinch it, okay? Because now you wrap your fingers around the bolster and it becomes part of your arm. If I didn't do that, it would go, yeah, sound effects. So that's how we hold it, okay? And this, you rock it like that.
Sure.
You can see that it's part of my arm. You want to hold yours? Show everybody.
This is how I hold my knife.
There's how she. Her knife weighs a lot more than my knife, but she's younger than I am, so she can heft that.
And I swear Mary told me to buy this knife, but she said she didn't. So
we thought maybe she got it off a set.
Yeah, I might have taken it from a job.
But we're going to show you a couple knife cuts. I know. You said, wait. Somebody said hone. Well, Stacy, in this drawer here, where is that? All right. I said, wow. I came over here for the Tech Scout. I said, wow, your knife is sharp. This is great.
Oh, I don't like it.
And she said, oh, that's because I sharpen it. I said, you sharpen it all the time? She said, yeah. I said, oh, well, that's not what you're supposed to do. Clearly, because I'm such a good house guest. Anyway, this is one sharpener, and it works. But in between sharpening, because every time you sharpen, it's going to take that blade away until you've got this much knife. So in between, because what happens when you're cutting, your knife blade is actually moving. And so it starts to bend off, and now your knife feels dull, and you think you have to sharpen it, but you don't. You have a honer, and this brings it back into alignment. And then it's sharp.
You do it towards yourself?
I do. I guess some people do this, but
I don't know.
I'm one with my knife.
It looks scary.
You can do it either way. You just have to do it the same number on each side. That makes sense. And all the way to the tip.
Okay.
This is what I do. Okay? Now that's going to be extra sharp. But the one thing we wanted to show you, which kind of seems to be a roadblock for people, is they don't like to cut onions. And
I
Stacy
don't mind cutting onions.
is going to cut this onion.
Okay.
She's going to go from the flowering end to the root. Oh, wait a minute. Back up. I wanted to. You back up too.
Oh.
Come on, Sizzle.
Okay.
Mary comes back into frame.
Okay.
Safety. Always have something under your board. I bet you're going to see this when you're watching Instagram and social media. And people don't have anything on it, and they start cutting, and it goes like this. Drives me crazy. Now look. Safety. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, it's just the counter that moves.
Right. True.
Okay, this is how I normally do it. Right like this.
Don't ask me.
I'm just telling you this. Actually, no, I do this first.
No. Well, you can.
No. So that it's like a thing.
Always
And then-
keep everything off your board for safety. And we have a compost bucket.
For safety. Okay. And then I cut the end.
No.
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 Okay.
Keep that root in place.
Okay.
Now you want to peel
Not
it.
even a little bit?
No,
like, 'cause I
not
hate
even
all that.
a little bit.
Okay.
Wait, she hates that little thing.
I do. I hate it. So I cut that off, and it still holds together.
Just don't.
Okay, don't do it. Mary says don't do it.
Another thing while she's doing that,
Yeah.
I'll do this one. This knife is part of your hand, right? She's using her fingers. I'm going to use my knife. Always use your knife, and you can peel. It's a race. It's a race. Oh, these are tight.
And then this bit, I usually,
Yep.
it
Take
feels
that
like I'm
brown
wasting.
bit. All right.
Because part
So
of
then
it's
I
good
take
and part of
this
it's
off.
not good. Okay.
All right. The reason we left this root in place is because we're going to slice around following these contour, and we can do it any size we want. If we want a small dice, medium dice, chunks, well, chunks, you usually don't have to
Chonk it.
to chunk it, just chunk it. You don't have to leave it to a certain shape.
Okay. My eyes
But-
are starting to water.
Go ahead. They are?
Yeah.
Your knife, they must be either old onions or your knife. I don't know what happened. I think when you peeled it, I think what happened when she peeled it with her fingers, she started breaking down cell walls and it released the gases. But look at me, clear eye.
Okay. So am I dicing this?
Yeah. This, for our recipe, it says, it's a
One
medium onion diced.
That looked like a large onion in the world of onions. Okay, I'm just saying.
Yes.
So this is
Use what you have.
There you go. Okay,
All right.
next. This is what I do. Okay, this is what I do.
Oh, stop. I'm stopping you.
That's
That is a totally unnecessary thing.
I saw
Julia Child did
Yeah.
it because it's a French thing and it's really for shallots and it's for when you want to go super fine.
Okay.
It literally is there is a ring
Yeah.
on your onion, and when you cut it this first time, those shapes are going to be there.
Okay. Okay.
Those dice will be there. Boom.
I don't have horrible knife skills.
Now go flat. There you go.
No waste.
Way to go, Stacy. Here's our bench scraper, and here's our bowl for onions. So I had cut this leek, and what you do when you wash it is that there's dirt in it. We wash down. We run it under this thing. Stacy said she does. What do you do when you do
I
your
take it
leeks?
apart.
She takes it
I
all
cut
apart.
it and I take it apart and I put it in water.
But clearly, if it's edible,
And rinse
which
it.
soil is,
But nobody
I'm not
wants
sure.
to eat that.
I know. This is a little tough, so I'm going to get rid of this. I know you can find ways to use the greens, maybe in stocks. And then for our dish, we are going to cube it. We're going to go through one more time.
But even this, isn't that too tough?
All right, so go
Okay.
ahead and do yours. Do you mind if I go ahead and do this one?
Go to town, Mary.
Got it. You're right, that's going to be tough.
I'm right.
You're right.
Every once in a while.
All right. But here's something. I see her cut here, right? It's pretty small. Everything is being sauteed at the same time, and it's going to be cooked as long. So you want to keep your shapes of your ingredients similar in size, because if you don't, this is going to turn to mush while your potatoes are still firm. And again, you know, they all have different cooking times in and of themselves. Our recipe also needs celery.
You gonna stop me yet?
Nope.
Okay. You gonna stop me yet? Keep going?
Keep going.
Okay.
Whoa, look at her.
Okay. Is it too big?
Just a bit.
No rehearsals. Okay.
That's right.
But this is how I really cook. It's kind of a hot mess, and I do this and I do that. It's fine.
Do what you feel.
Okay.
Really. You know what? Nobody is in your kitchen with you but you. Right?
Yeah, normally.
You're the one who invited me into your kitchen. Hello. All right. What's next? We have mised out all sorts of things here. Let's do the
People don't know what Mise is.
Oh, mise en place is everything in its place. So we have broken down, there's turnips, there's potatoes, there's parsley. We're going to add tomato to this. We've got our lentils washed. I wish I could be Jacques Pepin. He does everything in real time, but this recipe is a little more involved. So that's another show. What else we got back there? Carrots, everything for stew. And we've got our veggie stock, and we're going to be adding our spices. We're going to be putting some umami in there with some miso. We're going to brighten it up at the end with sherry. We got all sorts of things happening. All right, so what did I teach you about the garlic?
Well, earlier she put it in a bowl of cold water so that we could just peel off the skins easier. But I told her I would just like to smash them
So we compromised.
like this.
Oh, there it is.
Anyway,
But then what
So
did
we
we
peeled
learn
it.
about this?
Mary likes to put salt on them so that the garlic doesn't stick to the knife.
The
Do
blade,
we want
right?
to the blade?
Yeah, well, you're going to do a lot, so let's...
Okay.
Do you want me to help?
No.
Oh.
Is that
That's not enough. I mean, do your feel, what you feel. Is that all you want in that big pot of lentils?
it seems like a lot, but what? Doesn't it seem like a lot or no?
Well, our inspiration said 2 cloves were doubling. It's 4 cloves.
So there's like 6 cloves.
That looks like 4 cloves to me.
1, 2.
I would put all those in.
Okay. Mary wants all the garlic. So that-
Again, you know what? That recipe wasn't written for us.
I know. So there's no vampires. And then I
You're going to rock your knife.
sort of. This is what I do.
Nice.
Okay. That's not really rocking.
Can I tell you something nutritional?
Sure.
Amy, you'll like this. Amy's our set dresser. Is that when you put the salt and you let it sit for 10 minutes, somehow it makes a reaction in this garlic that makes it more digestible and also more nutritious.
Oh.
And that's as far as my facts go.
Where'd
I'm
you get
all
that?
about the looks because my name is Spice. Okay. All right. Can I get on that?
Sure.
Let me get on that.
All right.
All right. So and then again, so she has this shape, and that, you know what? Those things you be getting between your teeth, and as you learn when you go to cooking school, you know, it's all about how the eating experience is, the dining experience. So this is us rocking the knife. We're just gonna get a little finer. Different cooking methods, different applications, but we are stewing and we want this to work in with the rest of the ingredients a little bit quicker. And Stacy, I'm thinking, oh, we were gonna share with everybody this onion, or the potato. This is the potato we're gonna use. This is a Yukon Gold that we're using in our stew. It's, they call it starchier. I should know that, right? But we're not using an Idaho. We're not using a russet, because those are for mashing and they're lighter. This one stays solid.
Is it more, like more dense?
This is more dense.
Okay.
Capiche. All right.
What is that? Yukon?
Yukon Gold. That's why we chose that one.
Okay.
There's a lot of, you know what? It probably seems like there's a lot of moving parts to this, and it's unsurmountable, but because we know how to use our knives, just kind of breeze it, right?
Yeah, this is not hard.
Not hard. There you go. I love that.
Might be for some people, but yeah, it's
All
not
right.
hard, Mare.
So I wanted to show everybody that when you are doing your potatoes, you want to peel them, then hold them in water. Again, this application in a stew, I'm not getting crazy about getting rid of all of this.
Right.
So don't fixate on that. Use it. Oh, may I have a paper towel? We're just going to kind of, we can use our cotton towels and things, but for today we're doing this. We're going to show Stacy's going to, do you know how to block that potatoes?
I've never blocked a potato in my life.
All right, look, I get to do it.
I cut
right?
them, but I don't block them.
Okay, so what we do is we always want to make a flat surface for safety. So now it's flat, see that? Then we come back and we do our cuts to, this is going to be a medium cut. That knife is damp. And now I'm going to take it and I'm going to dry it for my next time. Then you have these shapes. For today, we're going to do them individually. And again, you want to get these about similar in shape because so they will cut. They will cook at the same rate. Then, if you would cut that. Whoop.
Cut these?
Yep.
I mean,
then I already have some cut up.
Clearly, they're going to be smaller.
They are.
Okay.
And you know what happens for those? They'll just be like a thickener. The starch will be a thickener if they disappear.
Okay.
So now we have it in water.
Potatoes.
So this keeps them from oxidizing, turning that weird brown. And you don't want that to happen. Brown and a little reddish. What I wanted to tell you, because I didn't want you walking away going, wow, look at all that salt. Isn't my stew going to be salty? No. When we put that salt in there, we're in charge. We'll salt to adjust for this. And then we've got all these different ingredients, kind of setting it up. We're going to saute. So we're heating this pan. We're going to heat the oil. And then we're going to add the ingredients. And we're not going to add the herbs and spices, but we're not going to add them all at once, or some of those flavors will just cook off. And then you're like,
what's the point
here? Wait a minute. It doesn't taste like it's supposed to taste.
Yes.
And it's really, I'm going to tell you somebody, go back. If you're really going to get into cooking, Myra Jaffrey, The Introduction to Indian Cooking. If you start cooking, and it's almost like a lesson going to school, but they season at the beginning, in the middle, and at the end. Mm-hmm. Whoa, you got flavor bomb all the time, okay?
Okay, we're heating up the pots to start our sauteing in.
Correct.
But when do we put the oil in? Like, are you supposed to put it in a cold pan or a hot pan?
God, there's 1,000 different ways of doing it. Not 1,000, I exaggerated.
But
Go ahead and put your oil in.
How much?
Coat the bottom, drizzle it. First things first, it's kind of an Italian thing, but we're going to spice this up a little bit. Just put about that much.
Oh,
we're going to
first?
Sizzle some, yep, that flavors
Is
your
that gonna
oil.
Burn? Okay.
Nope. Going to flavor our oil.
Sure. Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're going to start with your onion.
Okay.
Can I do this part real quick? Because
Yep.
we've got it all piled in the same thing. We're doing our leeks and our onion.
Leeks.
Because,
Oh, leeks and onions are in the
yeah.
same, are they?
Mm-hmm.
Those are all leeks.
Nope, the
Yes.
onion's at the bottom.
Okay.
All right, we're going to give that a stir. And we're going to start by making, what do we call it? So we're sauteing it, breaking down the onion a little bit translucent. And then we're going to start adding the garlic. We don't add the garlic right in the beginning because that would burn. So you know what you're looking for in your onion?
It needs to kind of, I mean, that still looks raw.
Right, but you see around the edges of it?
Yeah.
That's going a little transparent.
Right.
That's good. This is a long cook on this, so let's go ahead and put this garlic in.
All of the garlic.
All right?
Mm-hmm.
Give that a 30 seconds. What we're doing is we're coating the veg and with the heat and the oil, coating the oil. Now, we're going to put the celery in. And for soups and stews, I use the
She leaves the
greens.
leaves on.
Yeah, why? There's more
I don't
flavor
know.
in there.
Growing up, I
There's a
felt
lot of
like
flavor.
you always, yeah.
We're all grown up.
I know, but when I was little,
Right.
like, you didn't use that part. I don't know.
I learned that from two women I did catering cooking with.
This is a lot of vegetables.
It is. Hopefully it'll cook down.
It smells good. Oh, it'll cook down. But do we need to just
May I
let it
take a
cook
look?
for a minute?
Yep, let me just look. Actually, not too long, because if we cook a lot here at this stage, because this will cook for 45 minutes once everything's in it, and then it turns mushy. So you don't. We're just getting the surface of these veg ready to accept spice.
Ooh, ready to accept spice. Okay.
All right.
Probably can't watch this in the southern states.
Stop it. Cut that, Biddy.
Okay, we're putting in all these carrots.
No, about 3/4.
No, okay. Is that 3/4 we think?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I mean, clearly. These
All right, now we're gonna put the turnip in.
Okay.
Is there gonna be room in that pot for anything?
Sure.
Did we already put the potato in? No.
No.
This might be too much. Can I step in for a second?
Yeah.
Take a look. Yeah. Let's just wait.
I don't know that I like
All right.
turnips.
You what?
I don't know how I feel about turnips. Now,
Well-
I mean, now it's just like time for
If
water. Like when are you putting in all those spices?
What did I just say? We are getting the surface of the vegetable ready to accept the herbs and spices.
Okay.
Just give it a minute.
Should I turn it up a little bit more?
Yes. I would keep it at a high heat.
But high is like crazy.
I know. But you got a lot of volume in there. What we're going to do is we're going to put 4 teaspoons of the smoked paprika in there. Here you go.
4. Did we, hold on. Okay. And these, is this 4 teaspoons? No.
No. You have to do it.
Is that a teaspoon?
Mm-hmm. There you
Do
go.
you want me to?
Yeah. Don't have to level it.
Mary yelled at me earlier because I didn't level something.
And Mary didn't yell. Okay? Mary
Okay.
did not yell. Mary
She was stern.
We self-corrected her.
We self-corrected. 1, 4?
Yep. This is a smoky paprika, so this will make the stew. Oh my God! It got in my throat. It'll be more robust.
She inhaled
Won't
it.
be sweet. It'll give it more depth, which we are going to depth with tomato paste
Ooh, a little bit.
and Dijon, and later with miso. So we got that going on. Why don't you go ahead and throw this in? This is rosemary. And then you have to not stir it for a minute.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
Cool. So we're going to let that sizzle for a bit. Oh! Is that going to turn into a drinking game? Take a drink of water every time you hear the word sizzle. Well, can everybody smell that? Yes?
Smell-o-vision yet?
Stacy, can you smell it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, is there something specific I should be...
I think we're smelling that smoked paprika.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, you know what?
What?
Oh,
What'd you forget?
I doubled the paprika, but we haven't doubled the ingredients. This is going to taste good. All right? Now we're going to put this tomato paste. They say to make a hole in there because this is a little backwards. Look out. All right. What?
Nothing.
Okay. So leave it be. Don't touch it. Don't stir it. Don't touch it. We want that tomato paste to brown and take off that rawness of the tomato.
So why didn't we do it earlier?
Because I followed the damn recipe. I shouldn't have. I should have done it with my onions. That's what I should have done.
Okay.
I usually work alone in the kitchen when I'm cooking for myself and others. But, all right. But this is going to be deepening flavor. Don't touch it. Why are you stirring it? I just said don't touch it.
But for how long?
Well, until we get a feeling. Is anything burning?
I don't think so. Is it? No.
How's it feel?
I really want to stir it.
Don't stir it. We are going to put in some Dijon mustard because I just feel like it's going to have like 2 or 3 notes and we want it to go deeper. So I'm going to let you stir. Throw that in there. And now stir it all up.
Okay.
Smells good.
It does smell good, but now I feel like it's on way too high.
Well, you can lower it a little now. But we're going to have to bring it up again when we put the broth on it.
Right.
Now, this particular inspiring recipe is kind of going old school with vegetables. This normally would be on a beef, but we're going to make a roux. Which is kind of essentially turn into a roux because we're going to put this flour on top of the oil that's on top of the veg, and we're going to cook that. All right? This is going to thicken this whole stew business up. So go ahead and stir that in.
Okay.
We're going to cook that a little bit just so that we don't have raw flour flavor. Hey, well, actually, Stacy, tell me how it feels not really looking at the recipe. Honestly.
Well, it feels a little, like off the rails because I don't know what I'm doing.
Have we not given you enough explanation of why
I mean,
we're
you
doing
have, but like, I mean, I guess I could do this by myself. But you made me measure that out, that flour, and level off that tablespoon or teaspoon. And then you just went in with a spoon and just willy-nilly. We had a moment.
Oh my God.
That's all I'm saying.
All right. I think it's time. Has it been about 2 minutes, 3 minutes? Let's say it has. And what we're going to do next is we're going to use tomatoes as part of our liquid. So take about 3 of these and the juice and squeeze them in there. Ooh. Where did it go? That's perfect.
Okay. Oh,
bleep that.
is that the first time I've cussed?
Yes. Good job.
I'm putting in 4.
Why?
Because I feel it.
Oh, good. Get after it, Stacy. Get after it.
And then you want me to pour all the juice in?
Yeah. Half of it.
Okay.
All right. Because now we're going to pour. All right. You can wash your hands, and I'm going to pour this in because I know this could be a little tricky. This is broth. And we're going to cover the veg. Oops, sorry, Vinny. I could have done this. We're going to cover the broth. It's like it was my first rodeo the way I just did that, right?
I mean,
We're going to tip that off. I'm going to give it a stir. It's looking stewy, right?
mm-hmm. Can't see it, but
Looking
sure.
a little brothy, but stewy at
Okay.
the same time. And
Then
then
it'll
we're-
cook down. Or thicken up
That's right. It's
with
gonna
the
thicken
flour
up.
and the
Good job.
potatoes. Okay.
All right. So now I'm going to put in half of these lentils because we did not double this batch. Oh, God, Vinny, I'm sorry. There you go.
Are you sure?
We're going to put the bay leaf in. I think I could put a little more of that in.
Mm-hmm.
Some bay.
What's a bay leaf do? Everything says add a bay leaf.
It again gives it some grassy, herbal notes that deepen the flavor.
I mean, does it?
Yeah. If you have fresh bay leaves.
I just bought these like a month ago.
All right. We are going to let this boil, come to a boil, and now it has to cook. Well, wait a minute. They suggest that we put the miso in at this time. So I'm going to put some white miso in. This has flavor and salt.
It's really salty, isn't it?
I'm going to go ahead and taste this. Ooh, that's good. You know what? It is salty. But I'm still going to put some of this in. Because those root vegetables
Yep.
are going to soak this up.
Okay.
And just deepens the flavor again. Ooh, look at that. Look how pretty that looks. Now I'm styling.
Mmm.
Okay?
Almost
Look-
good enough to eat, but you didn't put all this in
And
there.
we don't need it all. I'd probably put too much in. All right, so we're going to cut. We'll be back.
Okay.
Well, hello. We've been cooking for 45 minutes, and those lentils are got just a bite to them, bite to the tooth. And
We forgot to add the beer.
if we were following a recipe. But
Correct.
since we're not following a recipe, rather being inspired by a recipe, we're going to put it in now, cook it for 5 minutes to cook off the alcohol, but really deepen the flavor.
And this is a porter.
And where we are, we're in Cincinnati, Ohio, and this is our neighborhood brewery. All right. Go ahead and put that in there.
All of it.
All right.
We good?
Is there a lot?
There's not a lot. There's probably...
Who portioned it out?
I did, but we ate our...
Was it a cup? Oh, we
We
lost,
lost it, yeah. Come
Okay,
on.
well, that'll tell the story.
Yeah.
Sorry. You're right.
So we probably should put a cup in there, but we had a little spill. And it went all over the floor, even though we haven't had one sip of alcoholic beverages
No,
to
we
drink.
had it.
But I don't know.
It's a tight space. It's
Yeah.
a tight set. Don't stir anymore.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Can I show you something? We're going to, this could be served over mashed potatoes, so carb on top of carb on top of carb. But I made a farro.
Sounds good to me.
Stacey, could I have a fork?
For sure.
This is a high protein grain, an ancient grain, but it is wheat based. And we're going to put this underneath just to, you know, when the farmers come off the field and they're having their stew, we're just going to beef it up with some more carb. But this has protein in it too.
It's really, yeah, it's like a complete
And the
carb,
lentil
isn't it?
with that, it'll be a complete
Or
carb.
complete protein.
That's what
Um,
this is what we're serving the crew.
Right. And
All
Mary,
right.
Mary prepped that ahead of time. And
Yeah.
with all our leftover food, we made another pot of stew.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Mary did. I didn't help.
I think, do you have a ladle? Or
we
just a
took it
large
away-
serving spoon?
We took it away. Yes.
Large serving spoon. And why don't I'm going to dish this up. Well, how about two?
Well, let it. I mean, do you really want to let the alcohol burn off?
It is burning off. I'm going to put some farro in here.
Two.
Could I have a... We have tasted. The salt is perfect. The pepper's perfect. Everything's good. I'm going to let... Well, beer's got a little bit of acid to it, but with the ferment, let me do one more taste. And maybe we'll put a little sherry vinegar in it for the acid.
But what does that do?
It just brightens all the other flavors. I think we could use it. It's right
Can
over
I
there.
taste it before you do that?
Sure thing. So you know the difference. Other dishes, we might just put a lemon juice in it. But it's nice. People who know. You see, it's kind of a little bit tomato forward.
Yes.
Do you taste the sweetness of the porter?
I do a little bit.
Yeah. All right. We're not going to overpower. Sorry, Stacy. I'm just going to sprinkle a little in there.
That seemed like a little lot.
No, it wasn't.
Okay. Can I mix it?
Yeah, just once. Oh, you know what? I just didn't have the words earlier. But you know, she keeps stirring and she stirs and she stirs and she stirs. Every time she stirs, she's breaking down our veg. You know, she's roughing it up. They're going to get small, you know. And so we just want to kind of leave them alone.
Okay. See, I like reasons. I can't stir with
Like
my
that?
left hand. Yeah, I'd like to know why something. I have all those cookbooks over there.
And we
that
are
like,
actually, you know, they say salt and pepper to taste. We are going to,
That's good.
I think I need to put a little
I
salt
stirred
in it.
that oddly.
Then
You're
she
gonna
can
put more
stir
on?
again. Then she can stir again. All right. I'm going to put a little salt in it. Let me taste it with the vinegar.
I didn't stir it too much.
Okay. Unifier. Salt, the unifier. I'm going to put that in there. Could I have a little more salt, please? Can I have the salt container? And this is going to bring this is like final touches in theater. Ah! That was Stacy. All right, it's time to eat. And I have to plate it. Be our guest. You gonna try it?
Yeah.
All together?
Yep. Sure.
Everybody hungry?
Mary used all her spoons. You did. Okay. It's real hot. But why is the parsley on there? What does parsley
I
do?
think it entices the eye. It's an accent. It's appetizing. Mm-hmm. Actually, and parsley is not, it brings herbaceous flavor. Is it good?
It's actually really good.
Is this your dream?
I don't know about that.
But I mean, when you ventured out to get a smoked vegetarian.
This is much more smoky. Even though I felt like I put a lot of the jar from that other recipe into the thing.
Possibly you did.
It felt like it.
Oh, you had a feeling?
And it, yeah.
I got a feeling. Smoky.
Whatever. It's really good.
Smoky.
Simmer down.
Okay.
Okay.
We gotta feed
What
this
else?
crew.
All right. Are you guys hungry?
Do we have a sign off? Here's my sign off. Hashtag JustCook. I'm looking at you and you and you and you and you and you. Just cook.
Or for our hot.
It's so good.
I can do a big booty bump.
I'm spicy. I'm moving out of frame.
Okay.